and see what's happening with Restream. Still kind of a mystery to me at times what goes on with Restream.io. It's a good service. I make one video, one stream, and it distributes to different channels. So I kind of like that, but sometimes it's a little quirky, just like the rest of us. So anyway, well, good morning. It's Monday, March 29th in the year 2021. And man, what marvelous things are around us. With this year of this COVID catastrophe, um, co-option, just whatever you want to call it. It's been interesting to see how people change and grow, and how a little thing like a partial strand of a messenger RNA molecule can dramatically upend what we know as normal. And frankly, what we thought was normal before a year and a half ago just really was not normal. It was just uh, ugh, nasty. Anyway, we've definitely improved. We've definitely gone forward. We've definitely seen the weaknesses in the system. And that's what stress does, is exposes weaknesses in the system. And the marvelous thing about that stress this last year is we've seen people step up and do wonderful, marvelous things. We've seen people step up and do things that they probably wouldn't have done 2 years ago. We've seen people reevaluate where they stand on things. We've seen people dig deeper into what they've been told and investigate things that they just accepted before. We've seen some marvelous things happen. We've seen some marvelous things happen in our bodies as well. We've seen that we need to manage what goes on in our body better. We need to manage how our immune system works. We need to manage how our sleep cycles are. We need to manage the work that we do. We need to manage and be good stewards of the relationships around us, because if they just totally depended on a face-to-face with all the technology we have, then being prevented from that I don't want to say luxury, and I don't want to say right, that privilege of meeting face to face, that right, let's just call it a right of meeting face to face, then it was hard to keep that relationship going. I've seen it in churches where the leadership were very focused on their building and who came to their building, and that was their congregation. And when they weren't allowed to go to that building anymore, they had nothing left of their church. Seen churches that didn't have any outreach electronically, and they pivoted quickly, and they prospered well because their connections with the people that did show up their church blossomed and expanded when they went digital and streamed, because the people were connected that well before. And I've seen people that were already doing churches already doing streaming, and they got lost in the milieu because they were just doing the bare minimum and they weren't stepping up to the bar. And so when all these other churches came online, and they just were left behind. And I've seen people that were doing hybrids that just pledged along, didn't change better, didn't change worse. And I've seen people I've seen churches that did hybrid that exploded. And it was amazing to see this last year how the marvelous things that are around us got more marvelous. I've also seen how I've changed. Becoming more secure in my knowledge of how the body works, seeing it play out in front of me, seeing my thoughts on and my understanding of how science actually works, see how it actually is being played out and how it actually gets played by certain entities in our world, and how just saying it's scientific doesn't actually mean it follows the scientific method. Just because it's based on science doesn't mean it's based on the current information we have. So we need to be very careful. And I think a lot of people are waking up to that. Um, yeah, people waking up to seeing that there is a religion of science. There's a science. There's a way of living that is, their religious tenets or religious base is science. Except it's not really science. It's what they want to pick out to believe in science. They don't look at the entire everything, good and bad. They only take what they like and call that science, and anything that doesn't agree with them they call pseudoscience or sham science, or they don't even recognize it. We've been fighting that battle for our entire existence in chiropractic. And it's interesting to see how people are changing their tune now that this whole last year's happened. Anyway, marvelous things are all around us, and they're seated in the individuals that you care about that are around you. So take the time to let them know. Take the time to let them hear how marvelous you think they are. I'm Dr. Hoskins, the General John of Chiropractic here at Pure Chiro Now, the corner of 292 and Route 9 in beautiful Inman, South Carolina. Come and see us if you don't have a chiropractor. Come and see us if you do have a chiropractor. Just love to talk with you, visit with you, and see how marvelous things are going for you. Talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye bye.